Good morning. This is Art Williams down here in beautiful Barranquilla, Colombia. It's 5:35 a.m. on January, March, April, May, June 29th. Just a few more days left in this month, and then we've got July, August, and September 21st until I believe we're all going to be, or at least all of us lucky ones, we're going to be raptured. Hey, I'm really enjoying the while I'm here on the earth, some of these new things that I've discovered. You see this little email right here, Miriam at Compart Opto? Well, if you're looking at this, excuse me, you might have seen the previous YouTube video, wish it wouldn't do that, that I uploaded talking about this website, Compart Opto. Now, when I click on that link right there, see it says Nueva Habitación Confortable Habitación Amoblada. That means furnished, I believe. And I've already got it open up here. So when I click on that, this is what I get. Well, no, that's not true. I'm sorry. That is not true. Hold on, let me go back here. This is what I get, okay? Now, this doesn't look like much if you don't speak Spanish. I speak just a little. If you don't speak any, it won't look like anything. But what you should remember is that I don't believe Firefox has a translator, but Google, well, maybe they do, I don't know. But anyway, you right-click like I just did, and move down here. You see where it says Translate to English? And then it will give you that in reasonably good English, actually. So this tells me what it is. Now, what I found very interesting is she says she's got 20 megabytes internet, which I darn sure don't have where I am here in Barranquilla with Claro, C-L-A-R-O. That's one of the two major carriers here. Pardon me. And then, but that's all. Usually, this is where they'll put their phone number. Okay, like right here. See, the 318 is something like an area code, and then most of the numbers, not always, it seems like, but most of the numbers are formatted like this. You know, the 3 numbers and then 4, very similarly to U.S. phone numbers. But the real information is you want to go over here and left-click on the picture like I just did. And then that's where this comes up. And it'll show you the price in the upper left-hand corner. And it always does that. And it will say por mes, which for month. They use the dollar sign here. But they'll also usually use the COP, which means Colombian peso. So if you see 650, that doesn't mean that. What this actually means is the exchange rate is about 3 to 1 right now, so this is about $217 or something like that, okay? Now, the one thing that you want to be clear on, when you look at these, and I haven't fully, I'm not totally in control of that, but I have to be aware of it. A lot of these ads, sharing rooms is very common in Colombia. And so I'm really not sure whether this is just for this whole house or whether it's just for a room. Now you look down here, you see, now I haven't translated this yet, but this tells you what it is. It's an apartment. Habitaciones apparently means room. It doesn't necessarily mean bedroom, okay? Although, you know, I could be wrong on that. Matter of fact, I think I am. It's yeah, what this is telling me is this is a house that's got 5 bedrooms in it. So what she's doing is she's renting those bedrooms out, okay? So they've got 5 bedrooms, 5 of them disponible, that means available. Baños with a little thing on the end, which gives it a ñ type of sound. It's got 3 baths, which is fine. Estancia minima 1 mes. Estancia, I'm not exactly sure what that means. Something about time length or distance, but it means, anyway, it's a minimum commitment of 1 month. Now, what that means, the good news is, that means that if you wanted to come down to Colombia, or Medellin, say, and there are direct flights from lots of cities in the U.S. direct to Medellin, and you automatically get a 3-month visa on renewal when you're on arrival, too, is that you could find a place like this real quick and just stay there for a month while you get your feet on the ground, look around, find a better place if you want, make a decision on whether you want to stay here, because you will be able to, longer than the 3 months, because you will with relatively little effort, you can renew your visa for an additional 3 months. And after that, you'll have to find some other way to stay here year by year. Me, I'm on a pension visa. If you have like if you're on Social Security or have any other kind of pension that you can document, all you need is an income of, I think it's around $700 a month. There's other websites where you can verify that, but $700 a month, and you can get what's called a TP, as in Tango Papa, TP7 visa. It's not hard to get at all. If you want to get more information about that, go over to a real cool online magazine called MedellinLiving.com, MEDELLIN Living, MedellinLiving.com. And there's also a website. It's called Viajes or something like that, starts with the V, and Tramites, and it's .co. It's a Colombian site, but I believe it's I haven't really spent much time on there, but I know that there are quite a few gringos now that are using that. You can get a lot of this visa stuff now actually online, and the reason I mention it is you don't want to get sucked into a situation where somebody that basically is not too dependable, shall we say. Started to say didn't know their ass from a hole in the ground, but I won't say that. That they're helping you, and you wind up not getting the job done entirely correctly. Anyway, I'm going to right-click this and see what get back on track here. You see, I don't know what suitable means, something else in Spanish probably. 5 rooms, 3 bathrooms, minimum 1 month stay, available now, furnished. Balcony and patio, private bathroom, internet, and more. Let's see what they got here. Nothing. Okay. On a lot of these apartments, when you click that more, it'll show you things like there's a gym and there's a concierge downstairs and stuff like that. And here on this site, they'll tell you who's this right for. And so they only allow smoking outside, which is good. Very central to Medellin. Then there's a map over here. Now, if you saw my video yesterday, this will make more sense, but still it makes sense. This is a Google map, see? And there's some of the Google map functions that you cannot do, but you can scroll in and out. And you see this Laureles, that's one of the major areas in, at least in my thinking, and I'll show you the way I think that too. I'm going to go over here to Medellin Living. Medellin Living. Just like there's different areas, like in Houston, you've got Bel Air, Stafford, Kingwood, the Woodlands, stuff like that, right? Or in Miami, you've got Coral Gables. At least I assume they still have it. They did it many years ago when I lived there. And this is Medellin Living's area map. And when you click on each one of these little green segments here, like this is the most expensive area right here, Poblado, it will open up to a nice article about that particular part of town. And it'll give you the history, and it'll, like any good article should, it'll have some pictures. It has subheadings, which is, of course is good for SEO. Let's go back and find one that's a little more representative of the arrangement that I was thinking about. Okay, let's look at, this is a nice one right here. Belén. Belén, Medellin's most well-rounded community. Nice picture up on the top. History of it. Okay. Another nice picture. Points of interest. Food. Nightlife, which interested me. Shopping malls, yes or no. Nice babe there. A lot of girls like that in Medellin too. And all over Colombia, actually. She's nice. Safety in Belén, and one of the many beautiful apartments you can find in Belén. Cost of living, and then it'll give you all that information and give you something. Now this particular article too is fairly recent. Well, no, I beg your pardon, I'm wrong. Well, anyway, it's there. Okay, so that's enough of that. Get rid of that, and we'll go back to here. So it seems to me, I get the impression when I look at the map that Medellin, it goes sort of north from slightly southwest to slightly northeast. And this road right here, this Autopista Norte, seems to sort of divide the city. And generally speaking, I will tell you this too, I'm getting the impression now that the closer you are to this central area, the more generally, for lack of a better word, safe it is. And then the more you get off in the periphery on the extreme east and west, and north seems to be a newer area, and so does the south area. But in the original part of Medellin, you get off in the lateral side of it there, and it's a little, a little rougher. But what I was going to say is, this is Laureles, which is one of the areas on the map. See, Laureles, right there, Laureles Estadio. And this is an area right here, which is the real busy during the day, but it's all business. And then it's kind of like Manhattan at night. Everybody goes home. There's nobody there at night, but the place is hopping like an anthill during the day. Okay, and then you can go a little further, and you'll see here's El Poblado. Envigado is a good area. Itagüí is a good area. I think there's a La Estrella. La Estrella is a good area. So anyway, that's that. Back to the room, and then you can scroll through here. You can see all the pictures right here. You can click on them, but you can also scroll with this arrow. See, now this is typical traditional Colombian furniture, sort of like postmodern gypsy, you know, or King Philip's grandmother, that kind of thing. Sort of an average kitchen. So this is either an older apartment building or a house. But you'll notice that in the traditional homes, they're always very clean. And I'll tell you something else interesting too. In Barranquilla, I've had very little problem. I mean, almost no problem with roaches. Now here, where I am right now, I had a huge problem with roaches. But only in one wall, and I think the reason for that was because there was something else on the other side of that wall that belongs to somebody that owns that property. But they, after a couple of months, they just all disappeared. I don't know why. Anyway, that's and the mattresses here. They have nice mattresses here too, I found. So this is another bedroom. See, this would be. You will find some of these rooms where two guys or girls, or a guy and a girl, could share two of these beds, right? Or share a room with two beds. Typical bathroom. See, this is something like they bought in Walmart, if they had a Walmart, which they don't. They like to have nice tables here, dining rooms. Most of the people here have maids too. So in not all, but in some cases, you would find a place that has a maid. Of course, I don't know that they would be waiting on you hand and foot. Anyway, that's that. All right, and then here's that. Oh, one more thing is there's some more information here. Who is this suitable for? It'll tell you. Men and women, you know, old soldiers, veterans, you know, werewolves, zombies, Draculas, players, rooms for rent. I think something like that, okay? And that is this site right here, CompartoOpto, CompartoOpto.com. And I thought that you actually had to have a subscription, which I paid for yesterday. I have been told since then by my friend Honor, and don't ask me why his name is on the site that I paid for. It just is. But apparently you don't need a subscription. But even if you do, it was like I paid 18,000 pesos, which would be $6 for 15 days. And the idea being that you just need it for long enough to have access to all the features here. All right, so that's the way that works. Get my sound back on here. There we go. All right, so that's it. Your ads. These are ads that I haven't even looked at this. I don't think I need it. My favorites. You could pick some of your favorites. Any posts. I don't know what that is. What is that? Let's see. Oh, these are responses to your ads. See, I still haven't looked in these. Anyway, that's enough of that. I hope you enjoy this and get something out of it. And come to Colombia, okay? You'll enjoy it. All right, bye. Oops.